the team's knowledge of SaaS and having seen lots of different companies in our and adjacent industries is also very helpful from a practical perspective. So they know what SaaS means. They understand the terminology we use. They understand the problems we face in software, the competitive threats we have. They know a lot of the competitors, which really helps for people to see them as more than just facilitators who have, have a tool to give you, which meant they were integrated not just in our planning of the event, but also in the delivery and also in the participation of the event. And we are on a journey to the cloud and to become a great SaaS business. One of the aims of the strategic planning process was to help drive that transformation in culture. That's not just culture of SaaS, but that also means a culture of innovation, a culture of rapid change and of seeing opportunity and looking further out into the future than we might necessarily do if we were building continuous 1 year forward plans. So trying to create and engender that sort of innovation agenda and what we call breakthrough thinking. When you go through a lot of operational change, you become very inwardly focused and you don't always think about the long-term future and about the competitive threats arising and opportunities arising in the long term. That was a real change in behavior that we were asking people to do. One of the things that we wanted to do, other than the engineering of the process itself, was to do these workshops that we did with BTS, which is to give people both the tools but also the creative liberty to think about the long term. You need to give people a place to do it rather than just expect that if you give them a PowerPoint to fill in, that they go away and somehow come up with great ideas. That's not how life works. We had already done a workshop with the senior leadership teams. I think went really well, and people took a lot of energy from that. We got the outcomes we wanted. We got people to think longer term. We got a lot of consensus building. So when COVID-19 came along, my first reaction was, oh gosh, this is going to be pretty much impossible, because my experience of doing things on video for anything more than an hour was pretty dreadful. How on earth are we going to run 2 consecutive days of 8-hour workshops and keep people engaged and even convince them to turn up? I don't think I'll ever forget this. It was Frederick who, in your team, who said, well, what would it take to make this work? That just switched everybody's mind. It switched my team's mind, his team's mind into, okay, let's actually think about what it would take to make this work. It didn't take that many things. Changes to the formats here and there, changes to people's expectations, a slight adjustment to the timelines, and convincing people that we could make this work. Because if they came in with an attitude that this is going to be fun, this is going to be engaging, and I've heard this is great, then they will be there and they will engage. In many ways, the experience was better, and I certainly think that if you trade off efficiency versus productivity, so how much we have to invest also in time of flying people out and etc. and everybody of being there, I think this was a very effective way to get things done. The level of engagement once people get going is very high. It's actually harder to disengage in many ways from video than it is when you're there in person and you can just sort of play on your phone. And because you keep the session slightly shorter, it keeps people's energy up as well. So it really worked. It worked very well, and I think testament to the BTS team and my team also for making that work and keeping positive attitude to making that happen. They decided and were very clear early on that they were going to be completely integrated with my team. That really helped both from a sort of cultural amalgamation. They understand us a lot better as a client and what we want and why we were reacting in the way we were reacting, which then helped to number 2, which was this ultimate challenge of getting us over the hump by video. They understood our reaction and why we were thinking the way we were thinking, but they were then able to challenge us in the right way and get us to see that this could be a positive outcome for everyone. It's been a great opportunity to learn something new, and it's been a great opportunity to have conversations as a group that we probably would have never had. Being thrown into a new group with people both in your comfort zone and way outside your comfort zone in terms of people that you normally interact with was incredibly valuable. So we had an overwhelming positive impact. We then had managing directors coming and saying, no, we want to do the workshops. We've heard it was great. We really want our team to engage in these exercises. We don't want them to miss out. So I think that speaks for itself, really.